Good morning, everybody. It's what is this? Friday morning, and yeah, it's only 6:30 in the morning. But anyway, that's all right. We got till 8 o'clock this morning. I wanted to show you all this mud here that would have gone through the engine if it wasn't for the air cleaner. And this doesn't see that much, dusty activity. Usually, it's pretty damp out when you cultivate, and after you cultivate, it dries out. So. Yeah, you wouldn't think you'd get that much stuff out of the air, but what this does is this is full of oil, and the air goes down into the cup, goes up into the metal mesh that's up above, and it's all coated with oil because it's boiling up through there. And then when you shut the tractor off, it runs back down and it self-cleans, and it all ends up down in the bottom here. So anyway, we're going to wash this and fill it up. You only fill it up to the level like it says. It's self-explanatory. So I just thought I'd show you how much mud was in the bottom of it. Just wanted to show you guys that roll of paper towels. That right there is the most efficient way to get hand towels. And they're expensive, for $70 a roll. And we got a roll over there almost gone. And yesterday, I went and got 2 more rolls. These are from Napa. Now, there's other pat stores that can get this. I'm not saying Napa's the only one, but that's the only ones that were available in this area because of, as you know, there's shortages everywhere. And I want to put one out here by the bathroom, and I wanted to spare because, as you saw, that one roll there is almost empty. So anyway, yeah, I got a couple of rolls yesterday. I don't know what the pat number is. They call them elephant rolls in this part of the country. So they probably got a slang name or something at the Napa stores out your way, but that's a good, efficient way to do it. $70 seems like a lot of money when you buy it, but they last me a couple years per roll. So, by the time you buy them other rolls at $5, $6 and you go through, a roll every 3-4 days sometimes if you're working in the shop. So anyway, we are going to put on some cultivators. I'm just going to put it on time lapse when I do it. I got to get them over here, and we're going to bolt on these front cultivators. Well, I just wanted to show you this here before I picked it up and put it on. If your cultivators for one of these tractors, have all the tines off, they should pick right in the middle of these rods. That should be the balance point. And it's still heavy. This is, I'm going to guess, 125 pounds, something like that. I'm pretty sure it's over 100. Not positive. I'm getting old, so, what I think might be 100, it might not be. But anyway, we'll see here if we can't pick them up and set them on here. This is kind of a pain in the ass with nobody to hold the back of that bolt and stuff, but I got the nuts up here. Anyway, yeah, gotta watch your fingers in case stuff does move, but usually right here, we'll pick them right up nice and straight. If I can get that carriage bolt through there without hitting it. That right there should set there while I get the nut on that one. And then that way it'll be captive somewhat. You can still go ahead and come off, but there we go. So that'll set there, and I'll go get my rods that go up across the front. And as like with everything, they're gravity assisted, so this is a homemade end, but that'll just hook on there like that. So basically, we're going to slide this in down here. We're not going to tighten it right up, but we're just going to put it in loose on the top one. I've got a nylock on here, so I'll run that up after I get this picked up. Then all I'll do is pick this end up that'll drop right on there like so. And then we start tightening stuff up. Pretty self-explanatory. I'm not going to waste your time on that. But I'll tighten those up. I'll get this other side on. Well, it's the bottom one. That one goes on just the same. It'll drop right over that front stud. This is an original one. Yeah, when I got this, it was missing one rod when I got this set of cultivators. It's hard work around this part of the country to find a set of cultivators that's complete. But I was able to put this one together. And it's been serving me quite well for 20 some years, so. Can't get that to drop down on there. There we go. Yeah, so that's where everything is. Things will change a little bit here when I tighten up. But yeah, it looks a lot better once she's all braced up. So I'm going to snug these up before I get these tightened up. And that way it'll let this stuff move. And yeah, you want these things to be set and horizontal when you get them done. And you adjust that, you know, with these. So anyway, I'll bring you back after I get it tightened up. Well, I don't know if you can see how level that is, but it's pretty darn near level with the axle. It might run down 1/4 of an inch in the length of it. And that's just out of natural, you know. So what I got is I've got just a little bit of slop on that upper hillside on both of them. I can move the washers. And I'll tighten those up. And that'll just pick this up just 1/4 of an inch or so on the end, which is about what I can pick it up. And that way, all you're doing is holding the cultivators on, and you don't have any twisting motion on the frame if you got this here adjusted right. So we're going to pick it up just about half the thickness of that washer, probably 20 thousandths or so, 30 thousandths. And that'll give us a good neutral hang on that. And this will have some load on it like it should have. Well, we've got this side here hanging. And yeah, we'll put the lift bar on. Something I don't do usually is I don't bend these cotter pins very much. I just spring them a little. And that way if I want to take this off, I can just grab it with a pair of pliers and pull it. And you can use that same cotter pin 100 times. And, you know, if you start bending them, you know, 4 or 5 times and you've frigged it up. But that'll go for years and years. It'll outlast me, believe it or not. And yeah, so that's all there is to it. We, you know, we got some good tension on that. So these 2 bolts here, they're just holding it in now. They're not trying to put a lot of leverage on that end casting. Well, it's actually a forging where they forge that end. But, you know, it takes the load off of that, takes it off the bolts, spreads it out. And, you know, this one here is made mainly to lift, and this one here is mainly made for the load that goes back. So they both should have a little bit of tension on them. They got tension on them. And, yeah, about half the thickness. You could tell when you're tightening them up. But anyway, real simple. I got to do the other side now, which they're sitting right there, right close handy. And I'll get these on. I did fill that up. Whatever you're running for oil in the engine, if it's real hot out and you're running 1540, run 1540 in your can. I got 1030 in it right now, and like I say, you know, we'll put about 8 or 10 hours on it, get it broke in, and we'll drain that crap out. I usually run 40 weight in this actually, and just always have. The book says actually 30 weight for, I don't know, you know, 65-degree weather or so, but in the summer you're supposed to run 40 weight in them. So I'll run 40 weight because that's usually when we're doing our cultivatings, when it's hot. And we never do get the crankcase really hot enough to matter. One guy commented, he said, you know, he said, with that great big mass in the back, he says, you never do get your oil up to temperature, and he's right. I mean, you know, if you get that oil up over 120, I'd be surprised. And it takes several hours to do it. I have gone with the John Deere A out here when we were plowing with it and then took the plows off and went to harrowing and used it all day. That's back when I was younger and did a lot in a day. You know, you could get the crankcase hot enough that it was almost uncomfortable to hang on to, but nothing like a modern vehicle. So anyway, I'm going to shut you off. I'll put this other set on. And yeah, this old girl, she's looking like something, finally. One quick little side note here. I was talking yesterday, I think one time I said it had nylon in these petcocks, and then the next minute I was saying Teflon. Well, I looked in the book, it's actually Teflon. And according to this, it'll handle minus 400 to plus 500. Well, then petcocks won't get 500 degrees, so I guess it probably will work. I shouldn't be worried about it, I guess. But anyway, I just thought I'd show you that little bit of information. So anyway, yeah, on to the cultivator left. Well, I got all the cultivators on. I don't have the full set in here. They're all out in the building. But I don't know what I'm going to use it for first. I could mark rows with it or who knows what. So I may have to take these all off. I just put them on just to get them out of the shop. And yeah, got just a couple on this side because this is usually the side that I hill with and stuff. I usually hill with one side and cultivate with the other to loosen up the dirt for the hillers. And on the back, we've got the back set all put back on. And yeah, she's ready to go. All I got to do is get out the grease gun, you know. There ain't more than half a dozen grease fittings. You got some on your axles, a couple here, steering, clutch. Well, there's one on the clutch now that I put one on it. And there's 4 of them on the cultivators here. And now there's actually 8, I guess, 4 to a side. But yeah, it's pretty well ready to go.